subsidize the plan. Corporations don't pay those taxes. They build it into the cost of their products and the goods and services. Fair tax gets rid of the corporate income tax. Can you imagine the kind of money would come in? It's estimated upwards of $12 trillion would come in over the first 2 years of the fair tax. This is a panacea. I hate to use that word. That's an infiltrated insect there. I'll get Dennis more mud. But that being said, it would be a wonderful thing for the economy. You get rid of the personal income tax. You get rid of the Social Security tax. You get rid of scads of taxes. Let's put it that way. It would allow us to take home our checks, 100% of your check. That to me is a benefit right there. Dale, you have a question?
Yeah, I think maybe the easiest way to say what he was going for there, it eliminates all federal taxes levied against income, period. No death tax, no gift tax, no alternative minimum tax, no corporate tax, no personal income tax, no payroll tax, no Medicare tax. It is all computed into a single rate consumption tax levied against new items of personal consumption only. It is price inclusive, meaning you buy a new car, you don't have to run down and pay a huge chunk of money in sales tax. It's in the price. And what that accomplishes is two wonderful things. Number one, it puts the average American has 33.5% of their income removed from their check. It gives you that back. The Harvard, Stanford, Rice, Boston College, MIT, the Cato Institute, the Heritage Foundation, the Argus Group, the Beacon Hill Institute, the National Bureau of Economic Research, the Show Me Institute, and most recently the Kansas University Center for Applied Economics all agree that the approximate cost of living change will be plus or minus 3%. You will have 33% more money in your pocket as a result of eliminating payroll taxes and income taxes. The prices will fall, the tax gets added in, and you end up within 3% of where they are right now, but you got 33% more money to pay. In addition to that, you buy a used car, you don't have the tax. You are not punished for saving your money or investing. It is so clearly superior, and probably to me one of the most incredible and important issues regarding this item is simply this. The idea that one of your employees may call you, and I'm talking about a federal tax agent, might call you on the phone and speak to you as though you're some errant, snot-nosed school child and come and report to them what it is you did with your own money last year is more than an obnoxious assault on all things American. It is absolutely insufferable, and we ought not tolerate it commencing today. That's it.
Well, I have a follow-up question. Yeah. Sorry, but
no, you're
so
fine.
what about state and local taxes? Would they be? Is that just not being looked at right now?
It actually is being looked at right now. And if you look at the leadership we had in Kansas, you know, Mr. Yoder is part of that state leadership. It didn't happen. We missed a golden opportunity here in the state of Kansas. We all know about how we raised the sales tax by 1 cent on the dollar. The problem is, I think a lot of you agree. Show of hands, how many of you in this room think we are near a recession right now, or in a recession? A majority, by far a majority. The fact of the matter is, people say, oh, this sacred cow can't be touched, that sacred cow can't be touched. I think we all know it's barbecue time. All cows need to be on the shrimp barbecue right now. But that being said, if they would have done the Kansas fair tax here, done away with all the exemptions, there would have been a lot of money left over. We could have actually lowered the sales tax rate.
So states then
would have
theoretically would have an option of also doing a fair tax or not?
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
absolutely. This is just on the federal end.
Yeah. But as part of the overall idea, states could also do that.
They could
and
also
just tack on a state dollar amount to
They could do that.
So can I ask a question? Where's Brownback stand?
Brownback has the most unique and peculiar position that I have ever seen or heard of. He is adamantly in favor of it for the state and adamantly opposed to it for the federal government. Now, I have no idea what would cause him. There is no excusable, intellectually honest reason to be against it at the federal level. The authorities that I quoted, now this may sound hard to believe, but I read the published reports of every one of those institutions because I was not willing to come to a place like this with my neighbors and my fellow citizens, look them in the eye and tell them that I believed that this was correct unless I was absolutely persuaded and willing to bet, well, what was it our forefathers said? Our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. Well, that's kind of how I felt about this. I've looked at every boneheaded, ridiculous proposal that's come down the pike in the last 40 years to alter our tax code. This is the only one I've ever supported. Until I got involved with this, it was the only political activity I've ever been involved in my entire life. I want my children to enjoy the benefits of freedom, and economic freedom is absolutely required if you're going to have freedom that is worth the having. And I suggest that the fair tax would be, without question, the most freedom-returning proposition that has been before Congress in the last 80 years.
To follow up with that, with regards to Senator Brownback, he's going to be out. He's going to be a state. I guess I'll
do
speak.
you want to?
Hold on. I'll get to Peter.